when you're helping a friend, when you're serving at church, you are making plays. All of the time. But sometimes we don't take care of ourselves. We too often do things that do not feed us, and we need to stop it. We need to reclaim your wellness, your worth, your value, because your worth is not just in what you do for others, it's what you also need to do to reclaim your destiny, as has been shared throughout this morning. You know, burnout is kind of an epidemic. Yeah. You know, have you ever sat with some friends and people are talking about how tired they are? Then they go into a competition. Well, if you tired, I'm more tired than you. But girl, you don't know what I've been through. Well, wait a minute now. You only took care of your mother, all her siblings, your children, your grandchildren, and worked 2 jobs. Look, girl, I've done 3 or 4. And I help my neighbors, and I work 4 jobs. You know, or have you been at work and I haven't answered email, and I stayed late. Well, you stayed late? Well, 3 days. Well, I stayed late 5 days. And I answered email all weekend. Have you heard those conversations? Yeah. Have you ever been a part of that? Yeah. There is something wrong when we celebrate busy. Yeah. Because it's unsustainable. Do you know that stress is one of the biggest causes of illness? Yeah. It's scientifically proven in multiple research articles that stress causes disease. And so we must stop it. Can y'all say stop it? Stop it. It's a principle that we must embrace. We must slow down. We've got to tell the truth to ourselves. And we've got to own our yes and own our no. Because as has been shared, no is not a dirty word. It's a complete sentence. I'm done. Done. People say no to you when they feel like it. Yeah. They don't feel no kind of way about it either. And I wonder if I should have said yes and not no. Let's stop that. We want to integrate now, change new healing habits, and we want to decide to thrive. So the first thing, slow down and scan. When is the last time you sat down and really took an honest inventory of yourself? How you feel? Really wrote down, revisited your dreams. Who in here has a dream that they haven't even started? Or has a dream that you started and stopped, It was someday, sometime, one day. We got to punch that in the face, like Willette told us. Punch that in the face right now and stop. But we have to scan and look at how we're feeling. Anybody got headaches? Body aches? You feel bloated all the time?
All the time.
All the time. She said all the time. Okay, so that's partly because you're sometimes not eating right, you're stressed, and your stomach is telling you something is wrong. So we all internalize our stress in different places. Like mine is like in my neck, my shoulders, and my gut. So you've got to listen, because self-care is the new health care. If you haven't noticed, the government is trying not to pay. Medicare is the largest insurance company in the world, in the nation. It's insurance. And all the other insurance companies take their lead from Medicare. So if Medicare says, well, we don't want to pay for that no more, we ain't insuring that. No. Then all the other insurance companies say, well, we're not either. They follow suit with Medicare. They're the lead dog. And so in the industry. So we must understand that if we are not proactive and listen to our bodies, lose the weight, do the exercise, change our habits, we're going to be up a creek. So we have to stop it. Can you say stop? Stop it. You've got to know the signs. Now I like this image because you notice that in every situation, both stroke, the woman has more symptoms than the man. That means because we got to shake each other to get attention. You know, for strokes, women have, you know, face dropping, the facial droop, the eye weakness, and men have some similar symptoms, but women have more. For heart attack as well. Because we need to listen. I cannot tell you, a lot of my, big part of my background was in critical care nursing. And I can't tell you the number of times I have been at the bed of a family, of a patient, and their family member, everybody crying, "Oh, Mama, why didn't you tell us?" Woman, people been having chest pain for weeks, all the signs, nausea for weeks, and they're ignoring it because they're pushing through for everybody else. Sometimes I've seen women make it. Sometimes I've seen people die because they ignored the signs, because they were so busy for everybody else. So procrastination, we've got to punch it in the face. We've also got to own and scan and listen to our bodies so that we live optimal lives. We don't want to be the negative story being told. You have to be willing to embrace, not just hear this information today, but you've got to embrace it and decide, I will not leave here the same. It takes 90 days to change your behavior. So I will encouraging you to take the time to embrace, take the knowledge and apply it to yourself so that you begin to tell yourself the truth. You can't pretend you're fine when you're not. We're good at that. We're really good at that. I'm good, I'm fine. Women in the ICU, I'm fine, knowing that they haven't. I've seen people fall out, just fall out, die, because they weren't telling themselves the truth. We've got to do that. Be kind to yourself. Hug yourself right now. Put your arms around yourself right now. Think about and embrace yourself. Value yourself. My grandmother used to say, if a poor dog don't wag his own tail, nobody's going to wag it for him. I need you to wag, 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 wag. I'm good, and embrace who you are. And it's okay for you to own your yes and let your no be no. Sometimes we got to practice how we say no. We don't want to offend anybody, but we can say, I'd love to, but I have another commitment. We can say, I'm honored you asked, but let me think about it. We don't have to be quick. Sometimes people come to you and ask you first, but they know you're going to do what? Say yes. But if we're slow, they'll find somebody else. Give them a chance to. Spread the love. Share the love. You don't have to do it all. It's important. We don't have to be quick. And we want to prioritize our voice. So you've got to own and prioritize your voice. You don't need validation from anybody else. Sometimes you think, well, nobody picked me, nobody saw me, they didn't invite me. Invite yourself. If you want to be part of the club, you want to be part of a meeting, you want to have a business, you want to grow, invite yourself to the party. Sometimes people don't invite you, or actually they don't know, because you're so busy being nice. You said it's okay. You said yes. When I was younger, in my first time, so I'm in this cycle of 29. I told you that I'm going to be 67, and I said on my third cycle of being 29. So I was kind of like Hadley. I was in my peer group. I was the old maid. People, I was it. I wasn't married, didn't have no kids. People look at you strange. They treat you strange too. And I had a dear friend, my mentor, and she said, "Melanie, do you want to be married?" I said, "Yes, Dr. Gilmer." She said, "Well, you have to tell him." So she told me, I met my husband, we were dating. She said, "Did you tell him you wanted to be married?" I said, "No." She said, "Well, you better tell him you want to be married. Tell him what you want." I said, "Okay." So I told him, I gave him 12 months. You got 12 months to decide, brother, if you're going to marry me. I don't have time for a lot of dating. In my mind, I'm Spencerville, and I need to either, make a change, And so I had to words is what I'm saying. And I told him, so I did. He did give me that ring. And not in 12 months. I'm 14. I was looking for it for Christmas, but he was giving me enough hints to know that he was working on that ring. So I got it at Valentine's Day. And we were married that October. I was not playing. And that's been 37 years later. But if I had to prioritize my voice, you know, you have to do that and know that you matter. I wouldn't be doing this if I had to prioritize my voice. You know, taking advantage of opportunities. And so I want you to also set clear boundaries for your time and your energy. If you want to have time for yourself, you've got to clear your calendar of the junk. You've got to put yourself on your calendar. How many of you have yourself on your calendar? For anything, your exercise, you're drinking your water, who don't? Who does not have themselves on their calendar? Raise your hand. Okay, we're going to help you. We're going to help you. You've got to prioritize, set boundaries. And in setting boundaries, there are some people that we're close that we love that have been used to us being a certain way, and we need to pivot in those relationships. Because even the relationships with people we love are not always healthy. There are some friends we have that drain us. We don't want to tell them that they're draining. But if we do a real scan of our relationship, you realize they're draining. They're not investing in me. They're not empowering me. They don't invite me to go to coffee. They don't have my back. I'm always here for them. Not that you're going to drop them, but there's boundaries. Y'all shaking your head a lot on that. Well, you better write those names down, take notes. Let that go. Let them go. Let them go. Yeah, let that go. So prioritize. Speak with assertive confidence. When you mean business, put your chest out and mean business. You know, put your chest out and let people know. You can say it kindly. You got to create that space where you are heard. And you got to surround yourself with supportive people. That means you might need some new people. You might need a new tribe. Your old tribe not working for you right now. You got a space you got to get to in life. And sometimes the people that are in your life right now don't have the skills to get you there. They're nice, but you need new people with new skills, new vision, new power, new influence, new money, new all kinds of stuff. Network, you like that, right? You need that. But you won't if you don't pivot and be willing to take a risk. My cousin told me in February, she said, girl, we need to do one more. I said, what's one more? She said, we need to do it. I said, okay. I do. Okay. I trusted her. What a blessing in these 8 months to have a whole world of people, relationships with happy and many people in Rana in the room that now I have a relationship with. She's a money marketing. When you hear that woman's story, she's going to knock you out. I'm glad you're going to be here because she's powerful. So I wouldn't have any of this to take me to a new space if I hadn't taken the risk in February. I'd have to ask 100 questions. Well, how long has it been around? Who is it? What am I going to do? What am I going to get out of it? Are you sure it's going to help me? I don't know. I can't afford $50. Come on! We got to stop this and put our money and our values in the right place and change our mindset and begin to integrate our lives with new habits and new life. Don't you need some new life breathed into you? Yes. Don't you need to breathe some new life into yourself? Don't you need, you here I believe because you want to change. Is that true? Yes. Well then you've got to embrace it and take it and do the work. Nothing happens without work. We think it's going, we know about influencers, that people be, instantaneous influencers. They don't happen to everybody. And the people that are doing it, don't tell you the 5 or 10 years it took them to become influencers that you think was overnight. It wasn't overnight. It wasn't overnight.